5 Facts about Mark Twain, the world's legendary writer. Mark Twain is considered to be the first great American writer, especially novelist. Thanks to his worldwide works such as The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn and The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. In fact, another great American novelist, Ernest Hemingway, mentions that Twain is the source of literature, modern America, and even the world. Not only is Twain a masterpiece of novels, Twain is also known for his poignant quotes and humor, as well as his unique and interesting life story. Born prematurely, Mark Twain was born with the name Samuel Langhorne Clemens on November 30, 1835. Clemens was born 2 months ahead of schedule, in Florida, Missouri, United States of America. Clemens was very weak in the early days of his birth and was constantly sick until he was 7 years old. Clemens was the 6th of 7 children. Clemens' father, John Marshall, a lawyer and also ran a shop, moved the family to the city of Hannibal, Missouri, in search of better business opportunities in 1839. John later became a judge at Hannibal but was in financial trouble. When Samuel Clemens was 11 years old, his 49-year-old father died of pneumonia. Not getting enough formal education. After the death of his father, in 1848, Clemens worked full-time in the printing division of a newspaper in Hannibal. In 1851, then Clemens changed places to work in writing jobs at a local newspaper owned by his brother, son Orion, and ended up writing some satire. In 1853, 17-year-old Clemens left Hannibal and began his odyssey by spending the next few years living in cities such as New York City, Philadelphia, Keokuk, Iowa, and working in newspaper printers. Due to his compulsion to work in light of the difficult conditions he was in since his youth, Clemens did not receive sufficient formal education. Had been a shipmaster. In 1857, Twain became an apprentice steamboat captain on the Mississippi River. The following year, while working on a ship called the Pennsylvania, he met his younger brother, Henry, who also worked on that ship. Twain worked in Pennsylvania until early June. Then, on June 13th, disaster struck Twain when Pennsylvania, sailing near Memphis, experienced a deadly steam boiler explosion. Among those who died was his younger brother, Henry, who was known to be 19 years old. Twain was devastated by what had happened to his sister, but he managed to get his captain's license in 1859. He worked on steamships until the American Civil War broke out in 1861. The history of the origin of the pen name Mark Twain, if an actor has a stage name as another name or identity, it is the same as a novelist who has a pen name as another name. Like all the great novelists in history, Samuel Langhorne Clemens decided to come up with a pen name early on in his literary career. He tried several different names such as Thomas Jefferson Snodgrass, Sergeant Fathom, and Josh, before settling on the name Mark Twain. He came up with the idea while working as a steamboat captain on the Mississippi River. However, there are other sources that suggest Clemens got his pen name in a bar. Predicted his own death correctly. When Clemens was born on November 30, 1835, Halley's Comet appeared from view from Earth. The comet is said to appear once every 75 years, and Clemens predicted he would die when Halley's Comet next appears. Self. As Clemens said in 1909, I came up with Halley's Comet in 1835. It's coming again next year, and I hope to come out with it. It would be the biggest disappointment of my life if I didn't go with Halley's Comet. Clemens died at his home in Connecticut on April 21, 1910, one day after Halley's Comet appeared in the sky 75 years after Clemens' birth.